All right, there we go. We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on what time you decide to watch this video. And no matter what time, I always appreciate that you do. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And we got a couple of things that we're doing in this video today. The first is I'm going to show the 4 comics, 3 of which you all voted for. And I want to thank everybody that took the time to vote. We had over 300 of my subscribers, or at least viewers, comment and actually vote for the 3 out of the 4 books to be sent to be graded. So people seem to like that, so I'm going to do it each and every month. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing the video of the next 4 comics you could vote for that will be sent out at the end of the month. I got some good comics I hope that you will participate and vote in. This video also is going to have, after I do my predictions of what I think the grades will be for the 4 books I'm sending this month, I also have a variant from Southside Comics, a #1 comic that you might be interested in. So for those that are, stick around until the end to wait for that. And then at the very end, I do the surprise subscriber shout out. You don't even have to be a subscriber. The only thing you have to do is participate in the live chat. So the more you conversate in the live chat, the more likely I will pick you. And if you're one of the 2 people that gets selected, you can put in the comment section of the video either the link to a video or a channel that you have. If you don't have a YouTube channel, you could post your social network like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. And if you don't have or don't want to do that, if you sell on eBay and you want to promote your auction, you could list one of the links to one of your auctions. Keep in mind that I do have to approve them, so you won't see the links right away. And if anybody goes to the comment section, and I always hope you do to participate and react to what people place in their comments, if you do see a link, it means it has been approved, because I want to make sure it is not anything inappropriate. All right, so with that all out of the way, let me first show you really quick a couple of things that people may not be familiar with. So we got the screen on right now, and welcome to the people that are here. 3 people already liked it, so thank you for that. If you go to my main page, if you go, because people have asked me how to get in touch with me as far as Facebook and everything. If you go to my main page where you see my banner, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's several things you can click on. Like if you want to join up for the cashback program where it's $20, well, it's free to do, but if you spend $20 or more within the first 90 days of signing it up and clicking on that link, you'll get a $20 cashback bonus. If you're one of the people that signed up for it back when it was $40, if you spend that $40 within 90 days after you initially signed up, you'll still get that $40, so don't lose out. But you can click on that here. This right here, if anybody's interested in my mystery comic boxes that I have for sale, you can click there and it'll take you directly to my website. This is for anybody that wants to join my Patreon. Obviously, you don't have to. This is right here. If you want to go to my We Love Comics Facebook page, it'll take you directly to mine, because there are, I think, at least one other that's not my creation. It's somebody else's that stole my name. So if you click on this, that's guaranteed to bring you to mine. And then last but not least, I just added this. If you ever want to order from mycomicshop.com, you can do that as well. All right, so with that out of the way, let me put on the video camera so I can show you the 4 books. There we go. And first book is the one that I picked. So this way, let me just, excuse me, I just want to make sure I can see myself on the camera so I angle it right. There we go. Okay, so this is the one I picked of the 4. So you voted for the other 3. So this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2. First appearance of April O'Neil. And then these characters, I forget the name of it, but for some reason they don't mention it. And they've never been used in a movie, at least as far as I know. But I would love to see these little robot creatures. They're in the video game, and I always thought they were cool the way they looked. But this is a first print. I bought this about 4 years ago, before this big hype. So I spent a grand total, including shipping and handling, of only $89.90 for this book. And again, it is a first print. So I'm predicting, because I get these pressed and dry clean with PGX. Now keep in mind, it is sponsored by PGX, but do not get paid by them. There is no contract that I have signed, so I am under no obligation to do this. But if I do it and I advertise their company, I am allowed to have 4 books graded for free, pressed and dry cleaned, and also signature verification. So Daniel Patterson over at PGX, I always thank you for that opportunity. I've been doing this every month for over 3 years now, and I always make sure the unboxings are done live so you can make up your own conclusions. As a matter of fact, I actually found this funny today. If you look under the posts that I put in my post section, there is a CGC graded, and this is thanks to Dustin who sent me the message, a CGC graded Star Wars comic book that has the cover missing, and they graded it a 9.8. So just imagine if PGX did that. But I always say make up your own opinions and base it on your own experience. Don't just believe whatever everyone else says. But I make sure I don't edit the videos. That's why I do them live. So there is nothing but what you see, so you can make up your own mind fairly. So with the pressing and dry cleaning, I'm going to say this is about a 9.2 to maybe up to a 9.6. I've looked at the back, and a lot of these books get a lot of like ticks and creases and things. This one does not have that. The only flaw is, I don't know if you'll see it, right at the very tip, there's a little bit of color loss. But when it comes to 9/8, you are allowed that little bit at the corners on both top and bottom. So it doesn't have it on the top, but I don't want to assume this is a 9.8. So I'm going to say 9.2 to 9.6 with off-white pages. So that's the one I picked. All right, now going by votes. The third choice, and I'm actually glad this one came in because I'm looking forward to getting this graded. And this is definitely a book to pick up if you can get it. This is my third copy of this book. This is Spider-Gwen #1. This is the first series. This is the 1 in 100 Adam Hughes variant. It is signed and sketched by, has a signature and sketch by Jason Latour, and also signed by Robbie Rodriguez. So it's dual signed. 1 in 100. This one is in perfect condition. The person that I bought it from told me that they thought it was a 9.8. So I'm not going to assume it's a 9.8, but I will say between 9.6 and 9.8 with, of course, white pages. I paid a grand total of $213.25. This, in my opinion, is a very overlooked book because this is her first series and her first comic of, being solo outside of Edge of Spider-Verse 2. So it is going to be a significant book, and to me, it's just a matter of when, not if, she gets into the live MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for those who are new to comics. Her and Miles Morales, you think these books are expensive now, wait until that happens. Now, of course, there are no guarantees, but I would strongly think that that's going to happen, especially these days when they want more inclusiveness and everything, and they're having more diverse characters. Whether you like it or not, that's up to you, but you can still, if you are somebody that invests or collects comics, you could definitely take advantage of what you know is going to most likely happen. And like I always say, if you have a book that you don't really like, but it's worth something, it's very easy to sell because it's always the ones that you really love that are hardest to release. All right. Now, speaking of the whole CGC situation, and I hate bad-mouthing them because I love CGC. They are the #1 company. But the reason I kind of get on them more than most people, because most people are afraid to do it, is because they are not perfect. They do not do everything right. And if you are a person that thinks that CGC is perfect in every direction and other companies always fail, you're not being honest. So, yes, and I will continue to always say this, CGC is the #1 company, but they are not without flaws. And grading a book should not just necessarily go to one company because everybody says so, or they say it makes the most money. And I'm going to show you a case where this person that did this lost minimum of half of what this was worth at the time because they sent it to the wrong company. You guys chose this second. The first one, 16% of you voted for the Spider-Gwen 1 in 100 variant. 18% of the 305, because it was 305 total, voted for Invincible #1. Now, there is a TV show that's coming out for this. I don't know if it's officially out yet, so if it is, please let me know in the comments section. But this is a very hot book. We'll see if the show gives it justice. But this was signed by Robert Kirkman, but it was not witnessed. So as you can see, this has a green label where CGC wrote name written on cover. So because this was sent to the wrong grading company, because this should have been sent to either PGX or CBCS, both that do signature verification, this will contradict most people's argument saying CGC Comics will always get the highest amount. Because this had a green label, and because they did not verify it, this book, when I bought it, was a $900 book. This is now, I think, $1,200 to $1,400 at this point. But when I bought this book was valued around, let's just say, $800. I think it was $898. So let's say $900. Let's round it out. But even at $800, because no one else bid, and this wasn't a buy it now, this was an auction. Nobody else bid. I was the only bidder, and I ended up winning this book for $455. So I'm going to send this in the original case. They will crack it open at PGX, but they will see it's a 9.8, and I wrote on the back it's signed by Robert Kirkman. So I'm just going to say that this is coming back a 9.8, unless it gets damaged in the mail, or they damage it cracking it open. I think I might break it open myself, actually, thinking about that. But I'll send the label, so this way they can see what it was. But yeah, I think I'm going to crack it open, because I'll do a better, safer job than anybody else. So I'm not knocking PGX. I would probably actually do that with any grading company, because no one else is going to take care of your book or be as careful as you are. So I think I will crack this open, and I will send the label with it. But this should come back a 9.8, so no one can complain that it's, you know, oh, unfair grading. But this is a case of the fact that not all the time is CGC the best option to make you the most money. I was very glad, because I know Robert Kirkman's signature. It's basically chicken scratch, but chicken scratch that's very hard to duplicate. And I'm going to be basically making a poop ton of profit off of that one eventually if I sell it, or trade it for something else, because you saw a video I did the other day where I got a good series, not complete, but the main one, the most important one, was included in it, already graded. And sometimes you could do trades, so we'll see. All right, next up, this is the last one. This was the #1 voted for book. 42% of you voted for this book, and that is one of them I just sold recently in that video I did about 3 weeks ago. So this is my only copy left. This is Raphael #1. I bought this years ago, but when I say years ago, I say like 2017 or 2018. But that was before any hype on this book existed. So I paid a grand total of $26 for this book, including shipping and handling. Now, this is by all means not a high grade. This is a mid-grade book. But even if this came back as 0.5, I would still make out. But of course, it's not going to be a 0.5. It does have a lot of color-breaking ticks along the back of the book. And that's why you have to, if you're going to grade a book, don't just look at the cover and say, okay, it's an 8.0. Because the front cover looks really nice. But the back cover is where there's a lot of spine ticks. Now, it's not enough to make it a 2.0 or anything. But if you just looked at this from the front, you would say this is probably about an 8.0, maybe a 7.0. But with those ticks on the back, and it does need a pressing. So I'm basing this on the fact that they are going to press it and dry clean it. Once in a while they forget. So I will call them out that every now and then PGX forgets, but I can't complain considering they're doing this as a service for me. But I'm going to predict this to be about a 5.0 to a 5.5 with off-white pages. So If it comes back a 5.0, a 4.0, I'm still going to be happy because this is a desirable book. I wish I had a higher grade, but hey, 26 bucks, you can't go wrong. All right, so those are the 4 books. Let me put on the web capture so I can show you the next part, and my computer's freezing at the moment, so bear with me. All right. Okay, so let's first show you this. This next part is actually sponsored by Southside Comics. Same with PGX. I do not get paid to promote their business. And let me just see if this is still running. Excuse me a second. See if it ended. I'm sorry. So I can't see the comments anymore. Let me know in the comments section if you can still see this. Sorry about that. But let me see really quick if it's still running. Okay, it's still running. My apologies. All of a sudden it just erased from my screen. So this part is brought to you by Southside Comics, and again, I do not get paid for mentioning this. I do get one of the books for free for mentioning it, but if you use the code WeLoveComics10, you'll get 10% off your first order. I made sure that I added something for you. This is also in the description if you don't see this live. If you've already used that first code, because it can only be used the first time you order, if you use the code WeLoveComics, you can get 5% off of every order after that first one. So use those and save yourself a little bit of money. Now, there is no minimum order to get those discounts, but if you spend $50 or more, you will actually get free shipping. All right, so let me show you the book that I'm talking about. Now, these, actually, I missed out the opportunity yesterday to be able to do this video. I just had too much that I had to do, but they said they sold so quickly that they were actually allowed to get more of them. So there's a limited amount. So this is Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, #1. This is the Miko, I'm just going to say Miko cover. I'm not even going to try and talk about that last name and pronounce it right. But there is 28 in stock of cover A, $16.99. It does not say the print run, but usually the print run for cover A's of these variants tend to be 3,000. And then we have cover B, which is the Virgin variant. There's only 8 left in stock, $34.99. Now, it doesn't show a bundle, so I don't know if you can order these together, but if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, here is Carnage, Black, White, and Blood 1 of 4, and another variant, both at $4.99. So, if you want the rarer book, these are the ones to do. Now, of course, there's no guarantee that will increase the value. That's one of the things I always say about speculation. There are, risks involved, so keep that in mind. But some people buy books like myself. Sometimes I buy them because I love the cover. If you love that cover and you want to get that one, there is no wrong way to collect comics. If you're looking for the cheaper alternative, they have that as well. Then they have a Carnage, Black, White, and Blood 2, but that one's actually discounted. So 2 of 4 for $4.49, so they're taking a little discount off before you use my discount code. And then they have another variant, but they do not have an image for it, and it's sold out anyway, so that doesn't matter. And then last but not least, I think I saw another one down here. Oh yeah, these are ones I've already talked about. Yeah, so there's a couple of different options for you. All right, so those are the books. Let me know what you thought in the comments section. Sorry about the whole situation with the not being able to see the live chat anymore, but I can see it live right now. So let me pick today's surprise subscriber shoutouts, and we're going to go with Louis the 13th. You are the first surprise subscriber shoutout. And Edwin Geyser Jr., you are today's second surprise subscriber shout out. So both of you, if you want to place in the comments section, once this video uploads, a link to your YouTube channel or to your social network or to an auction site that you promote, I'll let you choose which one. Just remember that I do have to verify the link first, so it will not show up until I do that. So this way there's nothing inappropriate. Sorry about the little mix-up and everything. Thank you to the 15 people kind enough to hit the thumbs up button. I hope you appreciated this video. Check tomorrow, because I will be doing tomorrow's video of the next 4 comics, 3 of which you guys will be able to vote for, of which ones you would like to see me send out to get graded. So thank you to the 305 people who voted for those books. Let me know what you think about this video, and don't forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. I hope you all have a wonderful day.